Good evening traders and welcome to Hautrader Uk. It's currently 22:48 p.m, in other words 12 minutes to 11 p.m. UK time, and the date is Monday the 7th of September 2020. Welcome to the channel traders. I'm going to jump straight over to the charts here. Not going to mess about now. We're going to go straight into a potential trade that might play off. So where we are now, we're here on the 3-monthly chart of the euro dollar Australian dollar, and we are looking at this chart, and what we're seeing an impulsive move to the downside, which has started off in 2008. And if anybody knows anything about 2008, you will know that that was significant as far as the world economy is concerned. And then I'm looking at this correction here. Okay, so we have this impulsive leg down since 2008, which was the last major recession or financial issue, and then price has since corrected that move. Now, what comes into mind when I'm looking at the market like this is, at the moment we have a pair which potentially which fundamentally I am bullish. I'm bullish this pair. Now, you may ask me why I'm bullish the euro and bearish the Australian dollar. Well, the reason I'm bullish the euro is because as far as the pandemic is concerned, and as far as the situation that the world economy now finds itself in, the euro has actually, the Eurozone has actually put together a plan for recovery. Okay? Now, the market likes news like that. It doesn't like uncertainty. So for the Eurozone to come up with a stimulus package that looks after their partners in the Eurozone and to put that to the market is very positive for the euro. So that's why I'm bullish the euro. Why am I bearish the Aussie? Now, the Aussie dollar is probably one of the economies, if not the economy, that's coped the best with this pandemic. Okay, they've had one of the least deaths. Their economy has suffered the least. They've really controlled their lockdown situation, and as a consequence of that, they've been able to come out of lockdown way earlier than most economies around the world. However, what has happened is that hasn't stopped the Australian economy from going into recession. And what that means for the Australian economy is that they need to make their economy attractive to outside investors. In other words, they need to make their exports look attractive to people who may buy them from Australia. And how do they do that, guys? Well, how they do that is they cheapen their currency, and they cheapen their currency using different methods. They can increase interest rates. They can purchase bonds and flood their market with extra money. They can also carry out what we call quantitative easing, which again is another way of flooding your currency or your economy with finance, which helps then to push the currency down. Now, with the Australian dollar, with the euro with a plan, and the Australian dollar looking to weaken their currency, there is a divergence there, isn't there? The euro has a plan, so they're looking for their currency to go up. The Australian dollar, which has been on a tear, okay, is looking for their currency to go down because they need to cheapen their currency. So that then leaves me next into the charts. And I'm here on the 3-monthly chart of this pair. And the first thing that I saw was, let's go to the monthly chart first of all. The first thing that I saw was I saw this swing. This swing here, from here up to here, is the first thing that I noticed. So what I thought I'd do is I would take a Fibonacci swing, or a Fibonacci retracement swing of that massive swing there. Right to the top. Okay. Now the first thing that does, if I go down the time frame slightly, is that shows you that price has actually been bounced. Let's just fatten this up and let's get rid of this here. So price has been bouncing around on that 618. It came through it, bounce around, found support, bounce around, found support, bounce around again, found support, and then bam, COVID happened. And look what happened after COVID. And if I can grab this tool, I can mark this chart up. This is what happened after COVID. Okay, now since that time, price has then been correcting this violent up move. Let's go down to the daily chart. This violent up move now has been being corrected by price. Price has then come down in a manner that we look for and then gone into this channel, guys. Let's just fatten this channel up. Let's fatten this channel up and let's focus on this channel for a while. Now, as you can see now, price has come into this sideways action and price is now just basically, if I can catch this tool, bouncing up and down in between this channel. Now the question I'm asking myself is, price has come down into this lower channel. Okay, so I'm prepared to take a shot at this because I'm bullish this pair, bullish the euro. I'm prepared to take a shot on the fact that this pair may go back to the top of this channel. Now, why do I think that? Apart from being bullish, once you have found your fundamentals, you then start to look at your technicals. Now, let me go down to the 10-hour chart. And what I want to say to you is, in this last leg here, there is a pattern that I always look for, guys. There's a pattern in this move, this downward move, that I always look for. And lo and behold, price has then come into this level, this green level here, which is a level of demand, and a level of demand is where you will expect there to be buyers, and price has reacted. So what I've then done is I've taken a Fibonacci swing. I've taken a Fibonacci swing of this impulsive move, and I've placed my, let's go down further, and I've placed my entry right in the middle of the Fibonacci swing there. So what I'm actually hoping for, let's just go to settings and remove that. What I'm actually hoping for is for price to come into this level here, take us in, hopefully not take us out, and then go up to this line here. There's my take profit, and there's my entry. So if this trade plays off, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at approximately 330 odd pips. So let's see how it goes, guys. Again, you know, we're sticking to the rules. We're playing a simple, or I say simple, but we're playing a sort of we're playing this channel and using the channel of support, and we're looking for other reasons to get into the trade. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for being in, traders, and I'll catch you all really, really soon. Take care, traders. Good morning, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Tuesday, the 8th of September 2020, and the time is currently 8 o'clock AM UK time. Traders, welcome to the channel this morning. Just a very, very short video here, just before we close the system down. Regarding the trade that we spoke about last night, we're here on the 3-monthly chart of the euro dollar Australian dollar. And as you would have seen earlier on in the video, I put together a short video saying why we wanted to go long this pair with the trade idea. Now, here we are. We're going to go down to the 4-hour chart, and really all I wanted to let you know this morning is that we've now been triggered in this trade. So if you remember, we had this push down into this demand area. Let's go up slightly. That's better. If you remember, we had this push down into this demand area and this reaction. And on the pullback of the reaction, that's where I placed a 67.8 fib retracement, which I'm now going to remove. So let's just get rid of that for now. Okay, back down to the 4-hour chart. So as you can see now, we're now triggered in this trade, down slightly, down a few pips, but let's see what happens. Our take profit is up here. So let's just go back into that and see how many pips we've got in this potential position. Okay, some 330 odd pips in that trade there. So let's see what happens, traders. So I'm going to leave it there. As I say, it was always going to be a short video, and let's just see how this trade goes from here. Take care, traders. Speak to you all soon. Take care now. Good evening traders, it's Tuesday the 8th of September 2020 and the time is currently 6 minutes past 11 PM UK time. Traders, welcome back to the channel this evening. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Hope you've had a profitable day in the markets. And if it's your first time to the channel, as per usual, I want to welcome you here. Hope you're just going to enjoy this little trade management video that I'm just about to put out. And also, if you've been here before, guys, once again, from the bottom of my heart, we're really grateful that you're choosing to spend your time here with Hautrader UK, and sincerely hope that you're getting lots and lots of value from this channel and the content that I'm putting out. Now, what's really interesting about the markets is I'm going to jump across into this pair. So just to sort of just to give you a quick synopsis, we're here on the Euro dollar Aussie dollar, the Euro Aussie dollar pair, and we're long this market. We're bullish this market for fundamental reasons which I explained earlier in the video. Won't go through them again now, but what I want to show you is how important it is to have a system and to stick to that system every time you enter the market, or every time you look at a chart and you're thinking about entering the market. And here we have a situation whereby, as I said earlier, we're bullish this pair. I've given you the reasons that we're bullish. We've seen that we're here on the monthly chart. We've pulled a fib. We find out where the 618 is. Okay, and we look, and then we look around. We look for these little bounces at that level to show that there's some support there. And then price skyrockets. Let's go down to the daily chart. And then as after that skyrocket, price comes back down in a manner that we look to see. And then price settles into a bit of a range. Okay? And what we notice is that price is just bouncing up and down off of this range. And we see an opportunity, and it's at this point that we see an opportunity. But we only see that opportunity, guys, because we're bullish. Okay? Now, this fundamental trading, what it's certainly helping me with, it's certainly giving more confidence in knowing why I'm trading into a particular direction, and it's helping, guys. I've got to say, it's helping. And if you've been watching these trades, what you'll have begin to notice is I'm talking with much more authority about the direction that and why that I want to trade in. Now here we are again, looking long, and I'm going to just go down and show you exactly what's happened. Let's go down to the 10-hour chart. Let's see what happens. Okay, so if you remember, last night I said, and this is how fast sometimes charts can work out, because sometimes it can take a month to get to this point, and there's other times it can take weeks, it can take days. So last night I shot a video saying that I was looking to go long this pair. And when I shot that video, let's just remove this for a moment. When I shot this video, I believe I was on a 4-hour chart. That's right. Or it was either the 1 hour or the 4 hour. But when I shot this video, price was somewhere up here. Okay. And it was late. So I placed a limit order right at this level here, hoping for price to take us in. Let's just go down to the hourly chart. Guys, once again, look at the accuracy of that level. Only a little bit of pain before price has reversed. Okay? So once again, as you can see by these figures here, we're again up in this trade and looking to see if we can't put our trade to break even. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. So as you know, I take a vertical line and I take it from my entry and I drag it down to my stop loss, which is there. Oops. This is that sensitive mouse action again. Okay, and then I project that forward. Okay, so there we are, there's my entry, and there's a 1-to-1 projected forward in price. Now, what I then do is I just grab a horizontal line, and just for reference, I place it right at the top here of this level. Okay, and I just put a little bit of a template on it so it reminds me what I want to do when I'm coming to that. Take 50% off of this position. Okay, what I then do is I drag this vertical line once again forward okay? And I then pull this blue line up. And there we are again. So now what that, and let me just get rid of this now. So what that represents now is a 2 to 1 in price. So as you can see, price has moved from our entry and is now at a 2 to 1 in price. And it's at this point where I always take off half of the position, which I'm going to do here now in front of you. So this is my lot size here, 137. Let me just put that into my calculator, 137,174. And if I halve that, I'm looking at 68,587 traders. So what I need to do is sell 68,587 to counteract the buy of this pair. So let me just do that right here and right now. Modify. Okay, so what I want to do is sell at limit, but I only want to take off half of this position, which I've already said is 68,587. So let me just put that in here. 68,587. Oopsie daisy. And this is where you really need to focus. Just double check everything before you hit that buy or sell button. Okay, now because we're long, I need to sell to take off half of that position. So let's just do that right now. And what you should see is both of these figures drop by half. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just taken profit on half of our position. Now, what that means is I can now remove this line here as my reminder. Let's just get rid of this as well also. Now, here's my take profit way up here. It's just now a case of seeing what happens. If price comes back down, into this area, it won't take us out until we get to this point here, at which point we will lose half of those pips that we've just made. And talking about pips, let's just see how many pips we've just made on half of the position there. Oops, I've got that totally wrong, didn't I? What I meant to do is take it from here up to about here. Yeah. So approximately 144 pips just made on half of our position, all because of following a simple system religiously day in, day out. So traders, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to go and take this off in the real account now, just so we're in line with TradingView, and let's see what happens next. You know, we're a good 100 odd pips away from our target up there, and I'm going to keep an eye on this trade for you. Take care, traders, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. Bye now, traders. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It is currently Wednesday, the 16th of September 2020, and the time is 5 minutes to 9 p.m. UK time. Traders, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a productive trading week. I've got a trade here I'd like to go over with you very shortly, but if it's your first time to the channel, traders, come across, subscribe to the channel, leave comments. That way, you know, you'll get some interaction from us here at Hautrader. And if you've been here before, traders, welcome back. Really appreciating you coming back and back and back and spending time with us here on Hautrader UK. So traders, without further ado, I'm just going to jump into the chart here again and just show you again what has played out in a trade that we took quite recently, actually. Now, the pair that we're talking about is the euro-dollar, Aussie-dollar pair. And if you remember, I said that I am bullish the euro-dollar and bearish the Australian dollar. And my bias is actually still the same right now. I'm still bullish euro and bearish Aussie dollar. So let's go down the chart and just sort of do a quick recap of what I said. Daily chart, I think, is where it's at. That's right. Okay. So if you remember, was it the daily chart? Let me just go down a little bit further. Everything looks so different. Maybe it was lower down. It was lower down. Now, I basically watched price come down into this area here, down into this area of demand. And when I say down, I mean this downward leg here. Okay, and then I got this push up in price, and I was watching price retrace that move or correct this up move. Now, what I said is because price had reacted just here, I was interested in buying the next pullback. Okay, and that's what I did. Let's just get rid of some arrows here. That's what I did. I bought this pullback here. So somewhere in this bar is where I went long this pair. Since then, what has happened is price has pushed up to the point where, as you can see by this red arrow here, we were allowed to take off half of our position and let the rest run. Now, half of our position at a 2-to-1, which is what this was, works out at 144 pips. Okay, since then what has happened is price has then come back down, gone through our break-even stop and took us out for a 72 pip loss. So that leaves us with a net profit of 72 pips yet again, guys. Now, the idea of this trade was hopefully for price to continue from this bar up to this level here, and I think if I remember rightly that was some 300 pips. And guys, I think that potential for that to happen still exists. As you can see, prices, let's just go back up the time frame and let's just fatten that up a bit. Price is now back down at that lower channel, that lower level of support, okay, and is toying with that area. And look at the bounce that's happened there. So dependent on how this bar here, or let's have a look. I mean, look at that pin bar. I mean, dependent on how this pin bar ends, and to be fair, there's only an hour left in this pin bar, okay? I may, if it ends like that, I may well look to take up this position again long to see if I can't get to the top of this channel. But let's forget about that for now. What we're interested in is this current trade, and this current trade has netted us yet again. And there's a trade, and I'll look at that very shortly. This trade has netted us 72 pips, okay, in pure profit on half of our position. Now, what's so good about this system, guys, is even when price doesn't go where we want it to go, we're still making we're still making 50% on half of our position. So what that means is we're not losing trades, guys. Even when the trade doesn't go our way, we're getting our stop to break even as quickly as possible, or we're getting our stop to a point where we can take a 2-to-1. And the net result of the price coming back against us is we still end up with pips. And although those pips are on half of our position, it's much better than a loss. So we're still accumulating, although we're accumulating a lot more slowly than we wanted to, because price is not hitting our second targets, and that's happening quite a lot in these choppy markets. But the net result is, guys, we're not having many losing trades, and that's really, really positive for our account. In fact, we're managing to make 70 pips here, 60 pips there, 50 pips there on half of that position, and that's really, really positive. That's really going to benefit our bottom line. So, guys, I just wanted to show you again the way this system works, and the way that we're allowed to pick these levels at real accuracy. Now, let's just have a look at where we are and what's going on here. Because, I'm still bullish this pair, and price now is at this level of support here, which, as you can see, has been tested once at this level here, and price has come back down now, tested it there, and maybe, just maybe, we could be in for another rally here. But let's wait and see. There's some things I've got to look at first of all, not just a case of entering because we're at a level of support. There's more to it than that, but I will have a look at this trade and see what my position is and see if we can't get long again the euro Aussie dollar. So traders, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for coming in and have a look at what we do here, and I'll catch you all really soon. Take care, traders. Okay, traders, good evening. It's currently Wednesday, the 16th of September, 2020, and the time is 17 minutes past 10 p.m. UK time. Now, I'm going to jump straight over into the charts because I've shot an earlier video about this pair. We're here on the 3-monthly chart of the Euro Australian dollar. And if you remember, we had a play. Let's go down to the hourly chart. Okay, so where are we? Here we are. Okay, so we went long at this level here, where you can see the blue arrow just there. We went long, took off some profits just there at 2 to 1, and since then price has come down. And if you can see the little red arrow in this bar here, shows us that we've just got taken out. Well, we got taken out a few hours ago in this bar. Now, what you've got to remember, okay, is we're still bullish this pair, okay, and although we got took out there. Okay, look where price has come down into, and look at the bar that it's printed there on this hourly chart. So let me just go up the time frames a little bit now, just to have a look at the bars that it's printed. Okay, there's down to the 9 hour, and there's the 8 hour, and there's the bar that I said if it printed like that, I would look to go long again this bar. Now, here's the play. Let me fatten this up. This is the bar, the very same bar that we got taken out on. It is the bar that I'm going to use now as my signaling bar. I mean, look at that. If that's not a positive bar, then I don't know what is. Look at the wick on that. So what I'm hoping for now is I'm hoping for a play up into the top of this channel, which is what I was originally targeting before. So this is under the basis that we're bullish the euro, bearish the Aussie. Okay, so we're buying the euro and selling the Aussie here. So we're looking for price to go up into that area there. Now, this is the play. Let me fatten this up. I very rarely ever get in straight after a bar like that is printed, because I feel there's always some kind of a correction of that bar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my fib retracement. I'm going to take a fib retracement of that bar. Okay, so all I've done is gone from the bottom, the low of the bar to the high of the bar, and that's given me a 618, and that's where I'm going to place my entry, guys. So I'm going to place my entry there with a stop below the lows. Now, what's the potential in this trade? Well, let's have a look. I'm going to enter at the 618 if price goes down into the 618, and if price goes up into my target, look at that, 385 pips. That's well worth it. So let's have a look at how we're going to get into this trade. So I'm going to just make this a little bit smaller just so we can see it. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to go long, and this is on this 618 is exactly where I'm looking to go long. Okay, let's pull this to the left a little bit now. All right, so currently we're sitting at 85 pips worth of risk, which is a bit more that I want to risk. So I'm going to just take this figure up somewhat. Okay, so 65 pips is what I want to risk. Okay, although we are below the low of this pin bar here. My stop. I'm going to take my stop just below there. Let's have a look. That's it. So we're looking at 380 pip risk, profit target. So if this trade triggers, guys, and I'll show you if it does, I'll shoot a video to show that we've gone in, then we realize this trade, we will have made a 5.77 to 1 risk reward ratio. 5.77 to 1 risk reward. You don't need many of those to be profitable, guys. So let's see what happens. So what we're going to do here, we're going to right click, we're going to create a limit order. And what we want to do is buy, which we're okay there. We want to buy on a limit, so it's all good there. And what we want to do now is we want to just set up the risk in this trade. 74% is what we're risking. I'm happy with that. You know, the smaller the amount I can risk, the less is the risk to my account. So let's enter that limit order, buy on a limit, just concentrate here, buy on a limit. There we go. So there's that limit order entered. Let's get rid of this now. Now, What I don't do is I don't sit at the chart waiting for these things to trigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set an alert right on there. I'm going to set an alert just basically to tell me that I've triggered, and I want that to trigger as price is crossing down through that, and long entry activated. And it's just to tell me, should it happen while I'm not at my chart, that, you know, price has been triggered. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do nothing right now. I was going to set another alert, but we'll leave it at that. Okay, traders, let's see how that goes. Again, we're just continuing on with the same pair where our overall bias is bullish, and we're going to see if we're going to get triggered. So I'll catch you all really soon, traders. Take care now. Good morning, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Thursday, the 17th of September 2020, and the time is almost 10 to 8 p.m. UK time. Welcome to the channel, traders. Hope you're having a good morning. Just going to jump straight into the chart here just to show you a trade that has triggered. So last night I shot a short video talking about the euro Australian dollar, and if you remember, we'd taken a trade in this pair just by in this blue arrow here. We'd taken off half of our profits here in this bar here, taken off half of our profits in this red bar here, but denoted by the red arrow, and then price came down and in this bar took us out. Now what I said was, I went down to the 8-hour chart and I saw this pin bar here, and I said that if that bar closes like that, I would look to get long again and try and play a run up to this area here. So I placed a limit order just below the market as this bar was live, and we've been triggered 2 pin bars, which is really encouraging. So let's see now, guys. Let's see if we can't get back up to break even at least, and then let's shoot for profits. So I'll leave it there and I'll catch you all very, very soon, traders. Take care now.